Harris here, Monday after the FLW Tour tournament. We're going to give you a full recap, rundown on exactly how the tournament went for me, and just how I fished on those fish and what was going through my mind when I was catching them and when I wasn't. So we're on Lake Harris, let's go check it out. This is the first idle zone. Every day I ran to Lake Griffin, all my confidence was in Lake Griffin. It was over an hour and a half boat ride away, and a lot of that is because of these idle no wake zones. This is the Dead River, and this one takes about 15 minutes alone. So the first idle zone we had, and then we have a couple more, and then we've got to make a lock. I'm going to show you all that, but we've got to get through this idle zone first. It was painful. This is my first year with Evinrude using the brand new Evinrude HO. Check this out. Tournament day on Saturday, ran from Harris to Griffin, all over Griffin twice, back to Harris. Now I'm coming back out. I've run through Harris and I'm going back into the Dead River, and I haven't used half a tank of fuel. Unbelievable motor. All right, so we're coming up onto the lock going into Lake Griffin. This is where the Bass Cat came in massive advantage to me. In that short run from takeoff to the Dead River and then the little run through Eustace, I could pass up to 15 boats. This lock can only keep 9, so 9 at a time. That saved me, over the tournament I saved almost an hour of fishing time because I had a Bass Cat. I could run 75, 76, I could pass those boats, I could make it to the lock in time. Massive advantage. Okay, so we're in the lock right now. Every day you just hang onto this rope, and now they're dropping the water. As you can see, we're just there. These guys were great. This is a lock that they really pumped 9 boats through, open these gates, let us out, shut them, fill it back up and let the next 9 through. On this big flat on Lake Griffin, and as you can see, on my Hummingbird mapping, I've got waypoints absolutely everywhere, and I've got the red marked from 0 to 7 feet, and then the green from 7 to 10 feet. So what I end up finding here is a strip of eelgrass, and waypoints aren't up there because I haven't turned my front graph on, but I have 100 waypoints. Here they are, they just clicked on. So now all my waypoints are up there. So I always find each one of them is an eelgrass clump, and in between them is hydrilla. So on the first day, they were in between the eelgrass clumps. So here we've got hydrilla, and then to the left we'll have that's a heavy clump there, I'd know. So I could actually hit my mark and I could turn this over onto that clump and hit mark. Now that will show up then, and I can go over and I can get right up on that clump. And on the windy days, they were hard up in the clump, wanting to ambush those fish that the current was bringing past from the wind. And on the non-windy days like today, they were swimming around out in that open. And one of the biggest keys why the fish were out here were these bluegill beds. You can just see a couple showing up here, but the bluegill were bedding, and I could see the beds on the side imaging. And then when you were casting, those bluegill would often follow your lures in, and that was key for out on this flat. Outfit of choice for throwing this worm around was the Millerod Swim Freak. Gave me super long cast. It's 7'8". It's like a weedless swim bait rod. Very parabolic, lots of feel in the tip, but plenty of power. I went with the Shimano Corrado 6.3 to 1, and that made me slow down. It kept me nice and slow, and I used 16-pound Gamma straight through fluorocarbon. So long cast. Got that worm out there, so now down here I've got side imaging, I've got down imaging, I've got straight sonar, and I've got my GPS marks here, and on each one of these spots is where I want to be targeting those casts. And then pretty much just went into a dead slow wind and just ticked that worm through that grass, nice and slow. The biggest key for the first day was I figured out that they wanted it when I killed it. Stopped, let it fall, that's when they bit it. You can see the actual bluegill and bait fish sitting in amongst the clumps right here. And that was big. That was big to know that the bait was there and the fish are going to be there after them. So that was plan A, and that was going to be my limit area, but I ended up catching some really nice fish because those big post-spawn fish were moving back out there. But two of my critical upgrades and quite a few of my fish over the 3 days came from my plan B, which was flipping these isolated cattails. And I was catching small bucks, I was catching fry garters, and I was catching the big females that were also up here to spawn on the root systems of these cattails. But the key for it was isolated ones, small clumps and not huge stretches. My outfit of choice right here is the Millerod's Flip Freak. Millerod's Flip Freak 710, amazing flipping rod, Shimano Metanium 8 to 1. That's key, super fast retrieve. I could flip in, If the fish didn't bite on the fall, I had it out of there and back in again. When the fish don't know you're there, they'll bite it on the drop every time. A huge key for me now is using 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, tying an FG knot, and then running to 50-pound Power Pro Super Slick braid. And I can just set the hook and get them out of there, and I hardly ever miss a fish anymore. When I was flipping, I'm using the new 12-foot talons, so I can put them down, shallow water anchors, double tap, that'll go down, one tap, they'll come up. And when I got in these sort of areas just here with this matted floating eelgrass, that was key. So I'd fish along, and then when I'd come to a prime area, I'd put my talons down, and then I'd flip all this area and I'd pull 1 or 2 fish out of it. How easily you could run there and just catch none and run back, you know, like, they've got to be biting. Oh, look at this. Whoa! Get out of it. He wasn't happy, was he? Oh, they got a duck there. Oh.
On the pro side, up next, Carl Jocumsen. That feels good, man. That feels really, really good. I've been coming to Florida ever since I moved to the US to become a pro angler and make it here, and I've just never ever caught them when it comes to a tournament. It's hard to catch them here, and I've just tried to learn, and after 7 years of never giving up, it all came together today. Got them pretty good today, man. Right here, Carl's got me 5 in the bag, and he's got 20 pounds and 12 ounces. 3rd place right now, Carl. Grab some up, let's go over to the Costa boat and show them off for FLW Live, man.
Thanks very much. I want to say thank you to all my sponsors. I want to say thank you to Australia watching me, follow me on social media, and I want to say thank you to FLW. I'm loving being over here and just enjoying myself, and hopefully I can put it together tomorrow and make that 3rd day. Good day 1 start, man. Right there, 3rd place right now. Carl Jocumsen. Alright guys, day 2. Had 20 pounds 12 yesterday. Just one of those magical days that any tournament angler dreams about having. So, just about to launch right now, day 2. Still dark, about 6 in the morning, and this is what tournament fishing is all about. I need a big day today to stay up there. Feel great, bass catch ready to go. Another 15 to 20 pounds, have me in the cut, be fishing the 3rd day, and it's been awesome. So harassing the locals. guy. Keeper's a keeper. First cast. 14. First cast, guys. That's where you want to start it. Guys,
but it's not what you do in those 60 minutes.
That took a long time. I got 3.
It's what you did.
Probably going to get me paid, but I need 2 more to make the cut.
It's what you did in practice. It's how much dedication you put in during the off season. Did you hit the party or did you hit the weights? Did you run your mouth or did you run the stairs? Did you treat your last set like it was your first? What were your meals like? Did you eat grilled chicken, or did you have French fries? What were your practices like? Did you sprint through the finish line, or did you slow down just before? You see, the game is won way before you're under those lights. It's won in the weeks and months and years leading up to your matchup. It's how much film you've watched. It's how many plays you've read. It's how you've studied your opponent in and out to know his every move. So you've got one question to ask yourself before you walk out that tunnel. Did you prepare like you were the best, or are you just winging it?
Ooh, it's gonna be close.
They can't see, but they can hear. So we're going through these long no wicks.
Get out of that little bit. Can you open that? There's on there. I stopped. How the hell did we get out of that hole? Okay, you know they're little when they get out of that hole.
Here you go, another 20-pound stringer from day one, Carl Jocumsen. You know it, 20 pounds and 12 ounces yesterday, 5 more today. Hold on, let's weigh them up and then we'll talk about them.
Not a 20-pound day today, but hey, maybe it can be enough. He does have a limit. 11 pounds, 8 ounces today. You're currently sitting in 6th place, Carl. We're gonna put some water on those. Got tough.
Yeah, it got real tough. I had 2 good ones in there, and just, you know, my 3 keepers were just barely 14 inches, and I just couldn't get those. If I had a handful of 2-pounders, it would have put me right there. I was hoping they were going to go more like 13, but those couple of big fish just didn't weigh what I thought. But best finish I've ever had in Florida. Made a check, my first one on FLW tour, so I'm proud of that. Had Facebook Live out there and had tons of followers from the US and Australia, and just had a blast just showing everyone what we do out there. And I'm just having a blast on the FLW tour. I want to say thank you to all my sponsors that allow me to come here from Australia and do this, and I'm living my dream fishing for a profession, so there's any day I'm doing that's a great day. I want to say hello to my family and everyone watching the weigh-in back home, but I hope that squeaks me in and I can fish tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to be tight close.
Come hang tight with me. Get a seat. We'll see you later, man. Good luck and good job.
Got him! There he is! Stay on, baby. Stay on, baby. Oh, no!
Giant. Six-plus pounder.
Got him! Oh my God! Oh my God! Please stay on! Please stay on! Please stay on, girl! Please stay on, girl! Yes! That is why you never ever give up! It's 2:05. That is why you don't give up! Ugh!
All right, Carl, here we go, man. Let's just talk about day one. Carl threw down 20 pounds and 12 ounces, one of just a few guys that knocked down a 20-pound bag. Had 11.8 yesterday, had him in his first FLW Tour cut, his rookie year on the FLW Tour. And that's a good way to get there, man. In 11th place coming into today with 32 pounds and 4 ounces. The good news is, Carl, all you need to knock out Brian Schmidt out of 10th place, and he's already weighed in, is just 4 pounds and 11 ounces. Carl's got 4 today, 4 good ones. 9 pounds and 10 ounces. That does move you up into 7th place. You have anything in there we need to take a look at? Oh, yeah. All right, let's go. Let's see her. We love seeing these Harris Chain Lake bass, man. Wow, great fish, Carl. Getting it done on day 3. That fish anchors a 4-fish bag for 9 pounds and 10 ounces and gets Carl into 7th place. So here you go, Carl. Let's go talk about it. All right, so you know the way this is shaping up. The good news is there's a lot of money coming your way. The tough news is, and probably what everybody wants to know is, did you have the 5th one stuck? Because that may keep you from making that top 10 cut.
Yeah, unfortunately I did. I had one of those days where I've had like 3 separate days of fishing, and I've had...
Okay, let me tell you, he's Australian.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got you. People are like, what? Did you hear the way he's talking? I hear him out there.
I mean, yeah, my name's Carl Jocumsen, so we need to get the name right, and I'm from Queensland, Australia. So, but I live in Frisco, Texas at the moment. But yeah, talking about my tournament, I had 20 pounds on the first day. One of those days where everything goes right, can't do anything wrong, land every bite. The bite slowly got worse. I was fishing offshore. That westerly wind started to dirty the water up, and I tried to adjust and I scrambled and I caught 11 pounds and just got me into the cut, which was everything. Today I put it all out there and I ran all over Lake Griffin, and I had the bites to have a huge bag. And that big fish just then, I had to lock into Griffin, and I was saying, I've got to go, almost late, and I was about to leave, one last flip, caught her, ran back, locked in, and raced back down here. I'm running a bass cat, so it does like 76 miles an hour. Got back here, had 10 minutes to go, and I'm running Facebook Live and FLW Live. Everyone's watching me fish, and on the last second or third cast, I hooked a giant on a frog and had her on for ages, and then the frog came out. So
that is awesome right there, man. Except for it didn't work out as far as landing. But hey, listen, I want to tell you something. You put yourself in position to catch that fish. If you could get back out there tomorrow, you know where she lives. You're in 7th place. If you don't make that top 10 cut, great payday. It's a 5-figure payday for you. And welcome to the FLW Tour from Australia, man.
I'm really enjoying it. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I gave up everything 7 years ago and moved to America to chase a dream to be a professional bass angler, and here I am standing up here. So if you really want something, you can have it. You just got to never ever give up, and no matter the setbacks, just keep moving forward. And if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. And I'm proof standing up here today. So I want to say thank you to FLW. I'm really enjoying being over here. They've made me feel really welcome, and I've never really caught them in Florida, and just to have a practice here, it's taken me 7 years actually to catch them here. I've never caught them. I get my butt whooped every single year. So made the cut and got paid, so that's great. And I'm just looking forward to this whole year and whole season.
Absolutely.
I want to say thank you to all my sponsors that get me here, because without them I just wouldn't be here. Hobie Fishing has backed me ever since I moved to the States. They're a huge kayak company here in America and Australia. If you want to get your kids into fishing, or you want to get into fishing, great affordable way, get a Hobie kayak and get out on the water, get your kids fishing. And I want to say a huge thank you to Miller Rods. They're a rod sponsor. Good mate of mine, Ian Miller, back in Australia. We've designed 16 rods in the outfit. He's come over to America. He's the #1 rod builder in Australia, and he comes to America every year, and we've designed these rods. And they're now in Tucker Warehouse, first rod company ever from Australia to make it into America. And we're selling them now in Tucker Warehouse. You can check them out, Miller Rods. But other than that, I'm very happy.
Let's hear a great round of applause for Carl's hard work this week, Carl. He's in 7th place for now. I guarantee you.
So you might remember this little spot in behind me. Came in here halfway through day 3, knew I needed a couple of big fish, and I put on this brand new frog from Molex, but I've been testing this thing for over a year now, and it is the greatest frog ever made. I can tell you that right now. This is the one and only frog I pretty much throw anymore. It is unbelievable. You wait till you see the action. Worked with Molex on this bait and sent it back to him 5 times until we got it perfect. I threw it on the Miller Rods Frog Freak, custom made Frog Freak by Ian Miller. You can get these at Tucker Warehouse. And then the key, 8-to-1 Shimano X-Sense, has the DC chip in it and just has absolutely massive casts and allows you to put those accurate casts and long casts. 65-pound Power Pro Super Slick, and this is the ultimate setup for throwing a frog. And in back here is where I missed 2 really big fish that would have changed the whole tournament. So when these fish bed and they're sitting up there, there's no other frog that you can get to turn side to side like that without moving it too far forward. And when you kill it over a big girl's bed, that's when she's going to come up and eat it. They can't resist it. It's an amazing bed fishing lure, pads, mats. It comes through everything. It's almost like a weedless spook in open water as well. Works over that matted area perfectly, comes out into the open water and just walks like an absolute beast. Splashes a little bit of water up, kill it. They can't resist it. Thanks for riding along with us, guys. Really appreciate the support. Hope you liked the recap. Lake Harris, 16th position, 20-pound bag to kick the tournament off, and salvaged some really good AOY points. Went from 93rd to 42nd. I need to get into the top 35 to make the Forestwood Cup, and we've got 4 tournaments to go, so it's going to be an exciting year. Thanks for all the support on Facebook Live. I hope you enjoyed that, and we're going to keep that rolling every event, and hopefully even more. So that's it. We're signing out. Hope you enjoyed it.